Welcome to AER Int channel, and welcome back to sheet metal course. Over the course of the previous few videos, we've created most of our enclosure, the base and the lid, and some extra details. In this final one, we are going to finish off the enclosure by adding some vents to the back, then also a couple of formed handles to the front using forming tools. First, let's do the vents. We can cut this manually, but it's pretty easy to use the vent tool instead. And we might remember from that vent tool video that the first thing that we need to do is draw a sketch that the vent will be based on. So I'm gonna spin the model around and start a sketch on this back face. I'm going to go normal 2. And then just get a center line. And I'm gonna make a line all the way across the middle, so we've got somewhere we can line up the vent. I'm gonna zoom in and start from the midpoint of this left-hand edge. And go all the way over to the right. And finish at the midpoint of the right-hand side. And if we measure this, we can see it's roughly 300 millimeters. We're gonna set the vents 50 millimeters apart, but we only need to draw one sketch and then we can pattern the others. So I'm going to draw a circle. That's 35 millimeters diameter. And then if we measure from the midpoint, 150 takes us right to the edge of the enclosure here. So let's drop that down to 100 and use that as the spacing for our vents. Next, I'm going to offset this outer circle by 5 millimeters inwards to make the inner circles for the spars. And then I'm going to offset the inner circle 5 millimeters inwards as well. And then finally, I'll add a vertical rib just using the line tool. And then I'm going to pattern that round using a circular sketch pattern. We might have to clear the center of the pattern here on the left. And then select the center of that smaller circle. And I'm just gonna up the instances to 5 just to switch up the look of it a little bit. Now we have our base sketch for the vent feature. And we can choose the vent feature from the sheet metal tab. Then we can just go through bit by bit and choose all the different sections that we need. The first one is the boundary. Let's choose this large outer circle. Next up is the rib. And I'm gonna select those 5 straight lines. So those are added to the vent. So let's set a size here. I'm gonna try 1.5 millimeters. Then next, I'm gonna select the spars. I'm gonna also make those 1.5. I'm just gonna select this middle circle. And then finally, for the fill-in area, I'm gonna select this inner circle. And then finally, I'm just gonna round off those sharp corners inside by adding, say, 1 millimeter radius. So it's nice rounded corners in there. Then press OK. And this vent is added to the model. Now we can just use a linear sketch pattern to pattern this along. So I'm gonna select the vent feature, go to the features tab, and press linear pattern. And then first need to select the direction. So we can select any of these straight edges along here. Then for the size, they are way too close together. So let's up that to 50. And now we can see we've got some instances. If we've got too many instances there, we could drop it down. And 5 of them fit in really well there, nice and symmetrical. So I'm gonna press OK. And those vent features are now added. So we've got a lot of ventilation on the back there now. The last thing we're going to do is use a forming tool to add some small handles to the front. so that this rack can be pulled out easily. Let's have a look in the design library and see what we can use. So I'm going to open Forming Tools. And if you look here under Louvers, then we could use something like this. So we can use this for ventilation if we had a whole row of them, but we can also double up as a handle. To see if this would work, I'm just gonna drag it into the model. I'm gonna place it roughly about here. And if you zoom in, we can see first we need to flip the direction. So we can press Flip tool. And that's looking pretty good actually. That might work pretty well as a handle. Now we can exactly adjust the position by going to the Position tab. And then we can just use some Smart Dimension to line it up so it's not clashing on the bottom. And that is not too close to the corner. It might be a little too close to these circular cutouts, but we can also move those in further if we need to. If that looks good, we can press OK. So we've added that one handle. And this is just something we can grab to pull out the tray. But ideally we want one on each side. So let's select that feature. Then also select the right plane. And then go to the Features tab. And press Mirror. So we've added a handle onto this side as well. So now we've got these two handles. We could see we could grab them one with each hand, and we could pull out this entire tray. So to quickly recap this entire video, we've got a nice bit of ventilation on the back. We added those vents on the back by drawing a basic sketch with circles for the spars and lines for the ribs, and then we used that with the vent feature. We also patterned the vents along, so we've got more of them. Then on the front, we added these handles by dragging the appropriate forming tool into the model from the design library, and then just positioning it as needed, flipping it if needed, and then mirroring the formed feature over to the other side, so we have two of them. As we mentioned briefly, these cutouts might be a little bit too close to the handles, but maybe we could adjust those after speaking to our manufacturer. So then we have a fairly basic enclosure, but one that shows off some of the features that we've learned throughout the course. In the next section, we're going to look at making a 2D drawing of this model, and we're going to look at some things that are particular to sheet metal drawings. We're also going to learn how we could use these models to create manufacturing files for real-life manufacturing. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like, and please watch another video if you like. I hope it can be a little helpful and useful.